What's up, my friends? Welcome to this video on how I built a six-figure wedding photography and videography business. My name is Peyton Helm. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to the Full-Time Wedding Pro podcast. And let's dive in, y'all. So in this video, here's what we're going to cover. First, obviously, we're going to go into who I am and how I grew my wedding photography and filmmaking business. We're going to go over who I've helped do the exact same so you can see that I know how to get results for other people and not just for myself. I'm going to go over how to get unstuck and scale in your wedding business. If you're feeling like you're stuck right now and you don't really know how to scale to the next level, I got you. We're going to cover that in this video. We're going to be going over my entire marketing and sales process. And like when I say entire, I'm not holding back. Literally, we're going to go over the entire thing. So make sure to watch this video all the way through. And finally, we're going to be going over my full coaching program breakdown. So for those of you who don't just want to keep watching YouTube videos and trying to figure things out on your own, and you actually want to hire a mentor to help you do this, like myself, and you want to learn more about the coaching program, I will cover that at the end of this video. And if it's for you, then maybe we can talk. You can apply down below. And we'll talk on the phone and yeah, maybe we'll work together. But anyway, in this video, we're going to be going over all of that stuff for free. Now, I do also want to touch on who this is for, okay? Now, if you are a part-time or full-time wedding photographer or filmmaker, this is for you, okay? This is not for beginners. I want to make that clear. I don't work with beginners. You must be either part-time or full-time, charging $3,000 or more with a good portfolio, okay? So if you've only shot like a handful of weddings, you don't have a website, or you're not charging $3,000 consistently yet, this is probably not for you. If you're a total beginner, nothing in this video is going to help you because you're not ready for it. And obviously the program itself will not be helpful for you either because I don't work with beginners. So you must be either part-time or full-time, charging $3,000 minimum with a good portfolio. And you must also be wanting to scale to $100,000 a year or more. You can take this how you want to, if you know the things that I'm teaching and you implement in your business correctly. You can take this to $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million a year, and so on. There are tons and tons and tons of people who have done it. So yeah, that must be you, bare minimum. And if that's not you, then feel free to click off the video. It was nice to see you. Goodbye. But anyway, also, if you are relying on referrals, vendor referrals, client referrals, whatever, and it's inconsistent and you're kind of feeling stuck a little bit, or social media, you're just you're posting on social media, but you're not getting a lot of traction from it for some reason. God forbid you join the knot. I'm sorry. Or you've tried ads before and they didn't work. So if that's you, my friend, this video is for you. I'm going to be showing you how to stop feeling stuck, how to actually raise prices, how to scale to $100,000 a year or more. And yeah, that's what we're covering in this video. So I want to go over who I am before we dive into all of the nitty gritty. My name is Peyton Helm. What's up? Nice to meet you. I'm a wedding and elopement photographer at Peyton Helm Productions. And yes, I am a real photographer. Sometimes I get hate comments and they're like, you're not real and everything's fake and you're a scammer. I am real. If you go to my Instagram at Peyton Helm, you can click through to my other Instagram, Peyton Helm Productions. And you can see I am a real photographer. These are not photoshopped. These are not AI photos. These are real photos. You can go to my website. This is also a real website. This is me. Hello. See, same picture. I'm here. But yeah, I'm obviously just making a joke right now, but yes, I am a real photographer. Some coaches aren't photographers, which I think is weird. Like, how are you going to teach me something that you've not done? I've done it. So there you go. Anyway, I started in 2018. So I'm a baby compared to some people. But started 5 years ago. I went full-time in 2020. I know it was before the pandemic. Obviously didn't pan out the way I thought it would. I hit six figures in 2021. Probably could have done it in 2020 if it wasn't for fucking COVID, but that's fine. Whatever. I'm not upset about it that much anymore. Anyway, that's when I started. That's when I went full time, and I've been doing six figures consistently every year since. I'm also the founder of Full-Time Wedding Pro, which is a coaching program and a podcast. Obviously, we'll dive into more of that stuff later. And then I am the owner of a Shiba Inu puppy named Peanut. She's great. She eats my walls sometimes, but overall she's great. That's her in the snow. Yeah. So anyway, that's me. That's me in Iceland. It was a very cold trip, very rainy, very wet, but it's okay. We got some banging elopement photos there, which I'm sure you guys have seen if you've seen any of my ads. So anyway, that's who I am. That's my results. Now I want to dive into who I've helped because this is not just about me. Really just briefly running through these. So Henry over here on the left, he did 14K in weddings in a month after joining the program. Ivan did 60K in 2 months in wedding bookings. Jamie, he did 16,000 in weddings in a month. Hannah did 12,500 in 2 weeks. Katie did 11,000 in 2 days. That's crazy. Orion, he booked his first 6K wedding up in NorCal. Grant did $12,600 in weddings in a month. Frank sent out a 14K wedding and then booked a $7.5 thousand wedding, which is awesome. Kyle did 15K in weddings in a month. Austin joined the program. He did $10,000, $20,000, $32,000 in 3 months after joining, which is great. Elvis, he sent me this at the end of last year. It's March 2024. Me recording this right now. He did 100K for this year. And within that year of joining the program, which is great. Alex, he did 70K in 4 months. We actually have a video on YouTube if you want to watch it. But he did 70K in 4 months, and he sent this in recently. He did 18K confirmed and then another 7K. So that's 15K in a month. And then he has at this time, he had a 20K wedding pending. He just sent that in. So I don't know if he's booked it or not, but yeah, he did that. And then Ivan, he actually was the same Ivan over here, but I added this in because if you guys want to book destination weddings, he ran an ad for destination weddings. He got inquiries from Los Cabos, Punta Cana, Puerto Rico, and then another one from Lisbon, which is great. Kayla did a 7K collection booked within 2 days of running ads the way I teach them. Jamie did another 7K actually wedding, an elopement actually, because she's an elopement photographer. After like $200 in ad spend, it was crazy. So yeah, that's who I've helped. Also, that's not the only people I've helped. If you go to my Instagram and click on the results tab, I update this thing like almost every day. As you can see, there's a lot because we actually get results here. Also, all these results, and I only have 100 people in the program, 115 exactly as of today. So yeah, crazy, great results. I feel like we get some of the best results in the industry because I actually know what the hell I'm doing, and I teach things way better than a lot of other shitty ads coaches. Not saying every coach is shitty. There's a lot of shitty coaches, but there's also a lot of great coaches. So if you don't work with me and you want recommendations on other coaches, I got you because I'm friends with a lot of coaches. But unfortunately, there's also a lot of shitty coaches. So if you've been burned, I feel you. I've also been burned. It's not great. I try to actually get results. That's why if you Google my name or post about me in Facebook groups, you won't see any negative results. So there you go. Yeah. I know that sounds arrogant, but maybe it is a little bit, but it's also not because I actually care about my student results. So anyway, tangent, let's go back to the marketing process here. So this is pretty much a breakdown of everything that I've been doing for the last 5 years on how I actually attract and book high value weddings. Obviously I started where a lot of you guys started, and I was doing like $500 weddings in the very beginning in 2018. Then I increased to 3K and started booking those. Then I increased to 5, started booking those. Then I increased to 7, and that's what I'm doing now. Between 7 and 15K is kind of like where I'm at right now. If you don't believe me, you can go to my website. It's there. You could also join the program and you'll get access to my pricing guide, but that's another story. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I do now. This is the exact same thing that I teach all my students as well in Full-Time Wedding Pro. So all of these results and all the ones on my Instagram, they are running, similar versions to what I show here. Obviously not everyone is the same. We don't all do the exact same thing. Everybody has their own brands. But this is pretty much what we do. So I want to do a kind of a high level overview of this first, and then really break it down. So that way, like every single part of these will break down for you guys. So like, everything in depth, and yeah. So overall, the main marketing, or the main advertising kind of processes that we focus on is, number one, advertising, like paid advertising, through Meta and Instagram, or Facebook and Instagram Meta platforms. Mostly you can also do Google, you can do YouTube, TikTok. If TikTok doesn't get banned in the United States, we'll see if that happens. So yeah, that's kind of what we do. Social media obviously is another thing that we focus on. Email follow-up is great. I'll talk about that more. SEO, which is ranking on Google, and referrals, obviously are fantastic. And then warm ads as well. And that all goes back to either our website or our social media. From there, when we get an inquiry, we text and email them. We get them on a video consult. We book them at 5 to 15K. There's some other follow-up processes and things in there to prevent ghosting, but I didn't really put all that in here. And then those bookings turn into more referrals, more organic content, and more ad spend. So it's really that simple. There's no other secret sauce there. It's pretty easy. So anyway, I want to break down all of these things so that way, like, you guys can understand and know it. So first, let's talk about ads, because most of you are probably here to learn about ads. I've done other videos on my YouTube channel about ads, but I'll kind of break down the overall basics of what we do here. So I run ads very different than most coaches in the industry teach. So most people, they'll teach like engagement giveaways, they'll teach discounts and like kind of all that other bullshit. I don't do that. We don't mess with discounts or giveaways at all. I used to. They used to work pretty well. They've stopped working since like 2022, so we don't really do them anymore. But basically yeah, we pretty much focus on two types of ads. I also mentioned this in a recent video, but lead magnet ads where we're giving away a piece of content. And when I say piece of content, I don't mean free shoots. So don't think that's what I mean. I mean educational content in exchange for a conversation to start. Really easy. And then the other one is literally just a direct offer. So it's like, hey, I'm a wedding photographer, or hey, I'm a wedding filmmaker. Come to my website or DM me on social and, let's chat. That's literally it. It's that easy. And we also don't do any targeting. It's all broad targeting, just location, age, and gender. That's it. So like all those coaches who are like, hey, you need to target like engaged and recently engaged and like demographics and income. Like, no, that bullshit stopped working in 2019. We don't do that. It's all broad. So there you go. And if you don't believe me, there you go. So anyway, yeah, that it's that easy, but you have to have some things in place to make that work, because if most of you just tried to do that, it would completely flop and you'd waste a lot of money. So pay attention. Okay. And if you need help, join the program. So anyway, why do we do ads? Like a lot of people talk shit about ads, and I get it because ads are very easy to mess up if you don't do them right. Which is why I actually like my professional recommendation for all of you, even going through this content, is don't run ads unless you actually hire a mentor to help you, because it is, even with as much free content as you can possibly go through, like I could literally show you everything and you could still screw it up. That's why I have a coaching program and not a course. So big difference there. But anyway, so why do we do ads? Number one, we have full control over lead flow and lead quality. All right. So lead quantity and lead quality, you have absolute full control over with paid advertising. If you compare that to the not, you have no control. Like you're paying them monthly, sometimes like $1,000 a month if you're in a big area, and you have no control over the types of leads you get, because 9 times out of 10, they're completely shit leads anyway. You have no control over them. You have no control over how many you get. You have no control over their budgets, like nothing, zero control whatsoever. If you post in Facebook groups and you comment on ISO posts, you don't really have any control over those types of leads. Even with like referrals, if you're in with planners, like you have some control over the quality of leads, but you have no control over the quantity, or like the types of weddings that they're having, right? So zero control. And also you have no control over like, what if the market dips a little bit like we saw in 2023? Because I had a lot of people coming to me saying like, hey, I was doing great with like planner referrals, but they've just dried up because my planners aren't booking and now I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, run ads. So, ads you have full control over everything because it's just a numbers game. A lot of my students have more than a 10x ROI on their ad spend. So like, that means if they're spending $500, they're booking a $5,000 wedding, and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. It's consistent, consistent and scalable. It's the second point here. Also very high profit when done right. Like I just mentioned, they're spending less than 10% of what they charge to book a wedding through advertising. Also, it's completely automated and time efficient. A lot of my students, it's funny because they'll actually get a little uneasy. They'll get an ad up and they'll spend like, I don't know, a few days tweaking it, and then they'll just let it sit and watch it for a couple weeks, maybe make a couple tweaks if it's not working great, and change things, and then it'll start working. If it doesn't immediately just pop off in the very beginning, which does happen. And then they're like, I feel like I need to change something. Like, what do I do? And I'm like, no, don't do anything. Just let it work. That's what it's doing. So it's, it's free. It's not free, but your time is free. It's what I meant there. You've got a ton of time to just kind of do whatever else you want to do, like travel or work on your edits or serve your clients better or like spend time with your family. Those are things that you can't do if you're constantly grinding out and posting in Facebook groups or like cold messaging vendors or posting on social media all day. So there you go. Also, they're very easy to do, but they are also easy to mess up. So you have to have a lot of things in place, which I'll go over more in this video. Also, you can get instant results, especially with the direct offer ads. A lot of my students, they'll put an ad up and they're getting inquiries within days. Sometimes it is a little bit longer. That's totally fine. But a lot of times, like, they're getting results within days, which is crazy. Also, you can rise above your competition. So the nature of Meta, well, really the nature of content-based advertising in general versus search-based, the difference obviously, like with Google, if you have a search-based ad, they are searching for a photographer and then you pop up, and people are primed to just scroll right past all those. But when it comes to ads on social, if you have a really good ad and it's engaging, they'll click on it, or they'll tap on it rather, because they're on their phones. And there's usually not a lot of other people advertising. So there you go. You're not literally cementing yourself in competition like you would be with Google ads, or like you would be with The Knot or Facebook groups or whatever else. You're standing above the competition if you do it right. So that's why we do ads. And there's a lot of myths around ads, like, oh, they're inconsistent, they don't work, or you need to run discounts and giveaways to make ads work. And I mean, if any of that stuff was true, you would not see the results that we have. So, or you also probably wouldn't be watching this video, because if you didn't come to this video through my YouTube channel, you probably came through an ad. And I run ads for my program the exact same way I run ads for my wedding business. So there you go. They work. Okay. Anyway, so I want to dive into cold ads, the way they work. So with, and when I say cold ads versus warm ads, the main difference there is, like, cold ads, the reason why they're cold is because these ads go to people who've never seen us before. Okay. So it's cold traffic. That's what that's called. Warm ads are for people who have seen us before. That's the only difference between the two. Okay. So cold, people who've never seen us before. Warm, people who have seen us before. Very easy to understand. So cold ads, we send them 3 places. Okay. 3 places. 1, straight to our website. That's a direct offer ad. Number 2, email follow-up, basically. So they enter their email. Okay. That's for a lead magnet, right? And then the third is social media. You can do that for a lead magnet or for a direct offer ad. Okay. You could also boost posts and send them to your social media. Yes, I am an ads coach, and I'm saying you can boost posts. You can do that. I have made a lot of money from boosting posts. I have students who've made a lot of money from boosting posts. There you go. Okay. So I'm probably one of the only ads coaches saying that, because every other coach fucking relies on engagement giveaways and stuff. But yes, you can boost posts to your social media, or you can run ads to your social media. There you go. I just gave you a gold nugget. So anyway, 3 places we run ads to: email follow-up, website, and social media. Okay. And obviously from there, like with a lot of our cold ads that go to our website and social media, they just book you, or they'll just inquire. I mean, it's pretty easy. It's great. That is the most expensive way to do it, but you can still get a 10x return on investment. Just having one ad go to your website, if your website's built out correctly, the way I teach in the program, and then you have a solid sales system, like, you can make a shitload of money just doing that, and a lot of profit doing so. So there you go. Now, but when it comes to email follow-up, you're like, okay, well, if we could just run an ad to our website, then why even worry about email follow-up? The reason why is because while, yes, you can make a lot of money with an ad going straight to your website, it is cheaper and better long-term to build an email list, or to build a list of, it doesn't have to be email, it could be social media too. Build pretty much a group of highly qualified, engaged couples that will hire you as time goes on, because not everybody will be ready to hire you in the very beginning. So if you have their emails, or if you have them on social media, you can market to them continuously for free. You don't have to pay more in retargeting ads. You can market to them for free. It's great. So I love doing email. I love doing social media follow-up. It's fantastic. Those are the 2 main strategies I teach in the full-time wedding coaching program. But yeah, that's basically it. So again, cold ads go to email follow-up, social media, and website, and or website. You don't have to do all 3 of those. You can do whatever you want. Now, also, whenever they go to the website or they go to our social media, they get hit with a warm ad. And a warm ad, again, is just another ad that goes to people who've already seen us before. And we run this continuously at a very low budget. A lot of times my retargeting ads, retargeting is also another word for warm ads. Like, you can only spend you only have to spend $2, $5, $10 a day at most for this. And these things churn out results like nobody's business. Okay. So yeah, that's what we do there. With the website, also SEO and referrals. We drive more people to the website. So the organic stuff here, I'll talk about supplemental organic. The three things we focus on for organic marketing is SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. That means that you're actually ranking on Google. When I'm running ads, about 40% of my inquiries come directly through Google or Pinterest. So SEO is huge. It's long-term, it's consistent, it's free for the most part. So SEO is huge. It's a big part of the program that I cover, or a big thing in the program that I cover. Social media also, but I like to attack social media in a different way, because a lot of people think like, oh, I need to post a whole bunch of wedding work, but I maybe don't have a ton of wedding work. I take social media a very different route. Now, I will also say, like, if you notice when you go to my social media for my wedding business, I don't post a lot. Like, I posted these two recently. Like, this one was 6 days ago, but then the last one was 14 weeks ago. The one before that was 15 weeks ago, 15 weeks ago, 35 weeks ago, 39 weeks ago. Like, I don't make a lot of posts. I have, how many reels? Just a handful of reels. I don't post a lot of stories on this page. And yeah. And honestly, that's because you don't have to have a crazy engaged social media to hit six figures in weddings. I mean, you just don't, especially if you're running with SEO, you've got paid ads running. Like, you don't need to go crazy on social media. Now you can, and you can absolutely scale the piss out of your business with social media, but you don't have to. Like, you know, I did great with ads and SEO. I have a lot of students who do great with ads and SEO, and they don't have to post on social media. But my professional recommendation is to use social media because it's free and you might as well. And if you're making a ton of money through ads and SEO, you can hire a social media manager and you don't have to spend any time on it. So there you go. Also, vendor referrals are still amazing. Like, I still get a decent amount of inquiries through vendor referrals. And if you do that, like, you can really get your foot in the door with some high-end planners, high-end venues, and also, you know, client referrals are fantastic. So I teach a lot more about this in phase 3 of my program, which again, I'll break down the coaching program in a little bit. But yeah, supplemental organic is fantastic. Also, what a lot of people don't kind of realize, a lot of people think Full-Time Wedding Pro is just an ads program. It's not. I have a whole section dedicated to organic marketing. Also, when you run ads, all of your organic will just completely 10x itself, because people will see your ads and they'll go to your social media and they'll creep on you, or they'll look you up on Google. Some might even know vendors that you work with and ask vendors about you. So yeah, organic is important. Please do organic, but keep it smart. Like, I don't really teach bridal shows. I don't teach like Facebook group stuff because it doesn't really work that well. I know sometimes bridal shows can work pretty well, but you have to pay a whole lot of money to get into it. And by that point, it's just better to invest in ads anyway. So yeah, organic is great. But for me, it's supplemental, and ads, whenever I do run ads, they are the primary lead driver. So even now, 5 years later. So yeah, website, is very important. So let's talk about branding real quick. If you really want any of this stuff to work, you have to have a dialed in brand with a specific ideal client. Okay. So that's actually the first thing I teach in Full-Time Wedding Pro. And it's really just the difference between having a commodity and a luxury brand. So like, again, another reason why I don't work with beginners is because a lot of them are charging like $1,000, $2,000, and they're just trying their best to book as many weddings as they can. And I get it. Like, I'm not clowning you for it. Like, I totally understand. But what I really teach is creating a luxury brand instead of a commodity. And when I say luxury, I don't mean that you have to be in the luxury niche of weddings. Like, you don't have to charge 20 grand or 30 grand or 50 grand to book, to, you know, shoot a wedding. But you know, you do need to build your brand as a luxury brand. Like, if you compare Walmart and Louis Vuitton, like, which has more brand, value, you know, obviously Walmart makes a ton of money and there's nothing bad with creating a commodity. And you can scale a commodity, right? But still, those are defined brands. Okay. Like, they don't just, like, they're not just a shop. You don't just go to like a website and just see a whole bunch of random stuff that doesn't make sense. They still have a consistent and a memorable brand. Okay. And that's what I want to help you create. So right now, if your website, also I'm going to get a drink because I'm like talking myself out right now. If your website right now has like wedding photography and then like portraits and then like real estate and commercial, like, no, don't do that, because if you start running ads to that, it will not work for you. You have to have a dialed in brand that is memorable and unique, that speaks to a very specific ideal client for any of this to work. And honestly, We talked about just doing broad targeting and not nailing down on interests. The reason why our ads work with broad targeting is because we focus hard on brand. Okay. Also, higher prices convert better than lower prices. And you're probably like, that doesn't make sense. And I totally get that. That doesn't make sense. But when it comes to paid advertising, again, you have full control over who comes to your website. Full control. And it's all through your ad copy, right? So why would you not charge higher prices? And what I've also seen is your cost in ad spend to book a wedding does not go up at the same rate as your price does. It doesn't. Most of my students who are at the highest profit margins are $5,000, $7,000, and up to $15,000 in weddings. So if you're charging $3,000 right now and you want to run ads, you probably can book, but you're leaving money on the table. So why would you not raise prices if you want to? There you go. Also, branding will make sales and ads easy. Very easy, okay? Because a lot of your branding will pre-sell them before you even get to the point where you're talking to them over email or text, or you're on the phone with them and you're booking them. Branding will make all of this stuff easy. So that's why we cover it first in the program. So anyway, going back to marketing. So they go to our website. Obviously on the website, they are sold to us basically, and then they fill out the inquiry form. From there, we text and email them. I am big on texting because email has horrible deliverability rates. And I immediately text them and I say, yo, what's up? I'm free on your date. Let's jump on a call. We schedule a Zoom call. I also do FaceTime sometimes. And then obviously that turns into a $5,000 to $15,000 booking. And from there, we get referrals, we get more ad spend, and we get organic content. Okay. So that is pretty much the entire marketing process. So again, like we just combine ads with SEO, referrals, and social media. They go to our website and they fill out the contact form. We talk to them over text, then get them on a video call. Show pricing on the video call. You can do it also beforehand, doesn't matter. I teach both ways in the program. And then, yeah, that's literally it. That's the whole thing. So there you go. So if you, obviously there's two ways you can take this. So you can implement this stuff yourself for free and trial and error and keep watching YouTube videos, and you might have success in a year or two, which would be great, I guess. Or you can hire me and I'll help you do this, and you can like not lose potentially $100,000 in weddings over the next year. So you can do it for free and spend $100,000, or you can do it with me and spend significantly less. So if you want to learn more about what I do, here is the coaching program breakdown. So Full-Time Wedding Pro obviously is my coaching program. I'll dive a little bit deeper into it, but the goal of the program is to help you scale to multi six figures in 6 to 12 months by raising prices, working with your dream clients, and automating your marketing. Okay. Now, again, this is not just a course. This is a coaching program. That's very important to understand. Please do not call it a course, because it's not just a course. There's a whole lot more that goes into it. But basically we cover things in 3 steps. Okay. So step 1, I call $1 Million Brand. And that's because the things that you'll learn in $1 Million Brand will allow you, if you want to scale to 7 figures. And I'm not exaggerating. You can do that. I am doing that actively. So you'll learn how to attract dream clients, refine your website and your overall branding and your messaging. You'll learn how to raise prices and master sales. Okay. So I'll pull this up if you guys want to see it. So this platform is called School. Also, I just wanted to show you something. I forgot to show you this earlier on the Wins channel. You can scroll through all these if you want to. Tons of wins. Wins come in constantly, right? So anyway, just showing you guys again that this stuff works. Here under the Classroom tab, that's where the video course itself lies. I also have the coaching program Scale, which you'll learn more about if you talk with me over on the phone, and then a referral program if you want to get paid to refer the program. But anyway, yeah, pretty much these are the different phases. So $1 Million Brand, this is where we dive into all of this stuff. So foundation of $1 Million Brand, nailing brand messaging, creating a highly, let me actually bring this here and I'll show you the PDFs here in a second. So foundation of $1 Million Brand, nailing brand messaging, creating a highly converting website. I have 3 videos on pricing and offer structure, which is fantastic. I have a outline on how to actually navigate consultation calls. And then we dive into print and upsells. So that's the first module you'll go through in the very beginning, right? And again, the purpose of this, the reason why we don't just jump to paid advertising, is you have to have this stuff dialed in first before you run paid ads. That is crucial. A big thing that happens sometimes in my program is people will be like, well, I don't need branding. I'll just go straight to ads. And they run ads and then they don't work. And I'm like, you didn't do what I said in step one. So then they go back to step one, they implement, and then their ads work. So step one is crucial. You have to do it. But this stuff is quick and easy. Like you can get through all of this in like a week or two. It's not a big deal. So phase two, or step two, is mastering paid advertising. So I do this second because I want you guys to, like, when you join the program, obviously it's not a cheap program. I want you to get a result on your investment, or a return on your investment rather. So in paid ads, there's a whole lot more to this, but I kind of just simplified it a little bit for this video. Ad campaign structure, copywriting, managing and optimizing for consistent inquiries, and then how to scale beyond 6 figures. In the actual classroom tab, Paid Ads Mastery, it's got a lot of videos. A whole lot of videos. So I don't want to dive into all that right now because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. But in phase two, or step two, you will learn how to get an ad up or multiple ads up and get inquiries consistently that are your dream clients. That's the goal of step two. A lot of my students are seeing a return within a month on step two. Sometimes it will take a little bit longer, and that's normal, but for the most part, a lot of my students who go through $1 Million Brand correctly, they are getting results within a month, which is fantastic. So step three, when you move past that, is mastering organic marketing. So as we talked about, getting ranked on Google and Pinterest, dominating social media, and building referral networks. So you can see that right here. I've got a few videos here. Nothing crazy. Organic marketing is easy, so you don't need like 1,000 course videos on it. I do have a bonus that I'm not really promoting anymore, but if you really need some like bookings really quickly in the program, then you can go to that module and it's pretty decent. Also, I have a bunch of templates and downloads here. So like I've got my wedding brand template. So that's actually a ChatGPT template that you can download and help you with copywriting. You'll actually have mine there as well. I've got a ton of pricing guides, one for photography, videography, and photo and video, and then a proposal guide. I've got Trello boards for the ad campaigns. I've got a sales call outline, ad templates, email templates, backlinks for SEO, vendor relationships, contract, and I'm adding more to this as time goes on. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's in the course. You also get some workshop replays, which is fun. And yeah, that's basically the entire course. Now, obviously, I mentioned that this is not just a course, and I mean that. So here are the actual deliverables on what's included. So you obviously get the video course and templates. You get access to School, which is this platform right here that you see. You also get access to Slack. So School operates kind of like a Facebook group. And then Slack is a little bit more like a group chat. You can also message me one-on-one on Slack and I'll help you out. We do weekly group calls twice a week. So right now, those are on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And they'll usually last for like 2 hours and they're pretty small. Like we'll have like 5 to 7 to 10 people on at most. And we'll just answer like whatever question you've got. Obviously you can post any questions you've got in the community, but if you actually need some one-on-one help from me in a group setting, I'll help you out on those calls. Those are not calls where I just talk for 2 hours and then ask questions over text. You'll actually get on Zoom with me and the other members, and you'll ask questions verbally with me. I'll dive into, you can share your screen. I can control your screen. We'll talk website stuff, messaging, ad stuff, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty great. There's also one-on-one mentorship. So there's a couple different layers to the program. And if you apply below, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link to apply. But if you're watching this on my website, there should be an application that can pop up below. But basically, you get one-on-one mentorship. So if you need one-on-one calls with me, you've got it. We have a nationwide wedding referral network. So whenever we get inquiries in that we're already booked on, we post them in Slack. So you've got access to that. And you can, I've had people book weddings from there. And then we also do have a higher level mastermind. So the mastermind is for people who maybe you're already at 6 figures and you want to be part of a group of people that are going to multi-6 figures or 7 figures. These are people who they're charging a whole lot of money. They're charging usually like 7K minimum, 10K going above that. They've got associate brands. Some of them are like me and they're just like one person, but again, they're doing multi-6 figures. So the higher level mastermind, it's not for everyone, but it is included there at a higher tier of the program. And that's pretty much everything that's included in the program and like your process going through it. So again, if you want more info, apply down below. I will say that I do not sell anything for less than $5,000. All right. Again, there's a couple different layers to the program. I do offer payment plans. You can split that between 2 payments all the way up to 36 payments if you like really want to leverage your money. So I'm pretty lenient with payment plans. A lot of people get into the program for like less than $300. Sometimes like your first month, you don't pay anything if you do financing. But yeah, I got payment plans. But again, like you're going to need money for ads. You're going to need money for the coaching. So if you're like dead broke, don't apply for the program. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. And again, if you want to learn more, apply down below, book a call with me, bring your credit card. Because again, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I want to only work with people who are ready to commit. They're ready to do it. Obviously, if it's a good fit, I'm going to tell you that. Like I'm not just trying to sell everyone. If it's not a good fit, and if I don't think I can help you, I will not sell the program to you, because I don't want to deal with people in the program who aren't going to get results. Right. So I need to make sure you're in a good spot. That's why I'm having you apply and not just sell the program. So we'll apply. I'll send you a video that goes over all of the in-depths of the program and all the price points, and the payment plan details. So you'll have all that info before we talk on the phone. I'll message you on Instagram after so that we can chat back and forth. And then on our call, I'll answer your questions. I'll ask you a few questions so I can make sure you're a good fit. And if you're a good fit, we'll work together. And if not, we won't. And that's pretty much it. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to learn more about Full-Time Wedding Pro, apply down below. Again, I'm not working with beginners. So if you're told a beginner, do not apply. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was my pleasure talking to you guys today. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye, my friends. See ya.